Imagine this. It's a crispy morning. Today is the day. The day it matters. You've been practicing a lot for this moment. You're well prepared, but you know that one little mistake, it might ruin everything. You're nervous. Your heart is racing. Your palms are sweaty. Your mind is racing with doubts. You take a deep breath. The breakfast, you feel it in the throat. And the nausea is getting intense. The feeling of wanting to puke is for sure present. Oh my gosh, this feeling is hard. It's hard to handle. Whether you're about to take an exam, deliver a speech in front of lots of people, take an important meeting, or like my most nervous moment in my life, competing at the Olympic Games, it's essential you know how to handle yourself in this situation. When I was younger, for a long time in my career, I was skiing very good on trainings. But when it came to races, it was different. I was unable to bring it to the races. It was really tough. Naturally, my instinct was, why? Why can't I do it on the races when I can do it on the trainings? And the same reaction obviously came from my coaches and others who were involved. Why? I really got interested in psychology. I was determined to understand the reasons behind it. I started studying psychology at the university just to get to know more, to understand how I could be able to handle myself better in situations like this. Because, of course, I was training so much, I didn't want it to ruin everything I did because I didn't know how to handle myself in these situations. And the way I see it, it all boils down to two triangles. And it's containing three important components that drives the quality of our performances. In one, we have the drive triangle. In this, we have passion, self-confidence, and the process. And while being in this triangle, it's so easy to keep focus on what we're doing. And normally, I've experienced that I perform a lot better being in this triangle. And I actually also enjoy what I do being in this triangle. It's really fun. But we have also three components that's threatening us, that's wanting us to move out from our good focus zone and our triangle. And this is one that's handling nervousness and stress. It's pressure, and it's focusing on results. I love skiing. Skiing, it's truly a passion for me. When I was a kid, my parents had a really hard time bringing me from the slope. And if you ask my coaches nowadays, I'm not sure they would say it's any different. Even though I love to ski, when I come to a race and the pressure hits, the first thing that happens is that I get stressed. And it makes it so much harder to focus. And it challenges my belief in myself, self-confidence. Skiing, you see, it requires a unique state of mind. It's about being relaxed, yet fully focused. It's about feeling the movement and anticipating the next action. If you are not decisive, if you waver even for a moment, the skis takes control, and you lose the ability to perform at your best. When I was racing when I was younger, I had no tools how to get myself out from the triangle to the good focus triangle. Stress, it made me breathe differently. Nervousness, it made me paralyzed. I was going back on my skis and they were running away from me and I had no chance to ski good. And being in this scary triangle, it's easy. You feel a lot of performance anxiety. So easy being stuck watching the results all the time, comparing yourself. What grade did you get? What result? How fast was I? How fast was she? And what salary? And so on. It goes on. And it's so important that we find ways to move out from those triangles. As humans, we experience pressure when we worry about living up to our own or other people's expectations. And as it's impossible to control the outcome of a race, and you will expect something from a race, and others will also expect something from a race, it's just fact that pressure is there to handle. Maybe you've experienced this in lots of other situations as well. And in this situation, it's so important that you trust yourself, that you trust that your best, it's enough. That's why self-confidence plays such a big role in this. Because when we're not confident about what we do, it's normal that we feel even more pressure and performance anxiety, I would say. In this Western world, success is often measured anyway by tangible outcomes, the results, the grades, the salaries, the promotions, the results in my world. Great, yeah. And that can easily make us human overlook the importance of the passion. Because let's be honest, it's that inner fire, that spark within us that's actually driving those achievements. That's shaping our actions and decisions and ultimately also our destinies in the end. And why is it that passion primes performance? I was interested in knowing this. This we find in neuroscience. It actually gives us a really fascinating insight to this phenomenon. Because in our brains, we have the feel-good neurotransmitter, dopamine. And with this floods around in our neural pathways, it's like firework display for our brains. And this enhances our focus, our creativity, and also our resilience when things goes a little bit against us. So in simple terms, actually passion, it primes us for peak performance. So let's go back to where I started the talk. For a long time, I was scared about being nervous, feeling this paralyzed feeling again. The thought of it happening again, it loomed over me. People around me, they recognized this in me, that I was scared for this. They said, you need a better way to handle this. And I understood it, I needed to handle it more effectively. Because it was not fun coming down and seeing bad results all the time and knowing I could actually do better. I needed a way how to jump from that triangle to the other one. And this is a journey. Of course, you can always learn so much about this, and it's every day I will challenge this. But on the races, it was a year when I feel I took very big steps. So let's together go back right there. So now I'm standing on the start. I'm not quite my turn, but it's getting there. I hear these voices in my mind. Calm down. Just relax. But it feels like trying to hold down a beach ball underwater. The harder I push, the faster it just pops right back up. The more I fight, the worse it just gets. I need to go to the toilet again. Okay, we're now down on 5-minute intervals. See the leader of the race also at the toilet. She's also there visiting it again. I realize, it's not only me being nervous. It's normal. I can hear my psychologist's voice in my mind. Accept. It's just to accept it, Sara. I take a breath. I visualize the course. Normally before a run, I go through the course. I see the turns. I crash. Oh gosh. It's just a thought, Sara. You can do it, go back. Just go through the course again. It's about to accept it, to acknowledge it, and to understand it. That it's okay, feeling like this. It's nothing to fear. At this time, I'm writing an essay in school actually about how accepting our emotions, including nervousness, can actually diminish their intensity. And thinking of this, it makes me calmer. Think about my dryland coach who intentionally makes his athletes really nervous before the most important trainings, just so they get out that extra percentage. Because nervousness, it's energy. It's raw, untouched potential that's just waiting to be harnessed within us. Take a deep breath. My physio is coming, tapping me on the back. She's saying, "You love this." Gosh, no, I don't love this. I hate this. But of course, I know what she means. I love skiing. I love racing. I don't love this feeling. It's not nice. I think about the passion and the process. And I just want to go out and do some good turns. Because nervousness, it's a natural part of being human. I breathe again. Put some slow music in my ears, because I know this makes me calmer. Everybody's different, but I need to stay calm. And if this helps, it's nice. Eventually, it's my time to step out of the show of racing. And I do it with determination, acceptance, and of course, a lot of butterflies. So back here. I did win that race. The first race I was winning in 7 years. Mostly, I believe it's because I learned how to handle nervousness and stress. I found ways to do this, and I was able to bring myself into the drive triangle. I am not a researcher. I'm just an elite athlete trying to do my very best and perform the very best I can. And I have a theory. I'm really not sure about anything about this, and it would be really interesting if somebody would like to look into this, if it is true. But I feel when I am nourishing, at least I'm nourishing all of those in my drive triangle, but I'm managing to really stay present with at least 2 of those components in my drive triangle, I'm fine handling the other things. And you can really work whether you focus on the process or the results. This is something you can learn a lot doing day after day after day, whether you only watch the grades you get or you actually watch what you learn through the class, what actually matters in the end. And also, of course, in lots of different situations. And nourishing passion for me, it's a lot about, first you need to make sure you're not getting too tired. Being too tired, it's really tough to feel passionate about what we do. If you're not sleeping enough, working too much, everything, like all of those things, it's really tough to really feel passion all the time about what we do. So I believe that's really important. But also, it's really important to be able to handle pressure and nervousness and stress for feeling passion, because they might really bring you out from that. So it's important to work on the both ways, nourishing the components in the drive triangle, but as well also handling those thieves that want to steal your attention. So for you guys, the next time you feel those butterflies in your stomach, embrace the jitters instead. And a question to bring away from here: how can you harness the power of passion into your life? So let's embark on this journey together. When we see nervousness for growth, where we embrace the jitters and the bad results, actually they are good learning possibilities in our process. And most importantly, take care about your passion, because it will probably unlock your true potential. Thank you.